All right. Well, Woodie's back. The werebeaver is gone. We're going to run through here and collect up a handful of the stuff that he left behind, especially the decayable stuff, the meats, a few just little supplies. Definitely want to get the meats and get those before they start to rot away. That was shorter than what I would consider shorter than normal period, but like I said, I'm not really interested in burning out my summer. I have these long days and short nights, and it's really good for staying woody during this time. But of course, look at Woody. Whenever you come back from being a werebeaver, it sucks, literally, it sucks the life out of you. I mean, he's starving to death. He's a psychotic. His health is below half, so I mean, you are about as vulnerable can be. I guess being the werebeaver just takes so much out of you. The transformation, I guess, just takes so much out of a person that they just cannot function any longer. So, so we're going to start working on our recovery. Just throw down some meats and vegetables and start getting some meatballs made up. They have positive effect on all three stats. I want to use up these hams from all the dead pigs before they rot. So, and we'll end up eventually. We'll get around to clearing up the forest and take advantage of all the extra resources to stock up our camp a little bit better. It's a little more storage space, and so now we're okay on food. But of course, while I should be cooking and eating, instead I'm just doing other things because I'm ignorant like that sometimes. So yeah, we've got to run out, grab some more vegetables, just to finish making the meatballs, and we need to start farming a little bit. If you notice, I typically run past the carrots. That's because they'll always be there. Nothing else eats carrots but Woody. And so when in the wintertime, in the dead of wintertime, the berry bushes will stop producing. So the carrots, whenever the farms and the berry bushes stop producing, rabbit traps and wild carrots tend to become the staple item. So, so that's the reason why I leave them in the ground during the summertime, because you can always, woohoo! Yep, there we go. I tell you, Woody's a psychopath, and he's being played by somebody who's seems to be absolutely insane. So, yeah. Oh, you hear that snorting? Oh yeah. We are not in any shape whatsoever ready to deal with these guys. Oh, here they come. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yep. Okay. Well, I hoped it wouldn't come to that, but yeah, here we are again. So I might as well get my sanity up. Plus, if you can pick them and get your sanity up, then you can eat them and get your health up. My goal is just to get back to camp and hope that that the wild dogs are far enough away that I can get my stuff without getting killed again, because that's it. I don't have any more. I don't have any more lives. So you see, I am really in a pickle here. All right, And we get lucky. Get lucky with the with that dog only having one hit left. It bought us a few minutes of time. The other dog's busy chasing rabbits, so we were able. All right, so we're able to survive the dog attack, sort of, on our second try. But now we're out of lives, and all I pulled up are durians, which are monster fruits, which are horrible, and so we but. Hey, I hate having my stats where they are. You see where my health is at. I mean, my health is in the tank. I couldn't take a hit from anything. I couldn't even, if I'd stubbed my toe right now, I would end up dead and game over. So we definitely need to get our health up. And of course, yeah. Now. With our health so low, we need to know what time of year we are. We're in the summertime, obviously, but that's going to quickly drop into fall and winter, and we're going to find ourselves in a real area here. So, you know, all the preparation in the world, you know, I called myself getting my camp ready, and I knew that in the first 10 to 15 days, there was going to be a dog attack, and I would transform at least on one. There'd be at least one full moon transformation, and you know, that's a given with Woody, is the transformation and the dog attacks sometime nearby. So either you stay the werebeaver until after the dog attacks, or you be so ready. For the outcome, which I was not. I hadn't gone and gotten any kind of healing. I haven't picked enough flowers to make a garland that would help restore my sanity. Yeah, I'm collecting all this up, but I haven't gone back and replanted my forest. So you know, I'm right now, even with a little bit of food handy, I am not in very good shape. You know, such is life. You know, sometimes you hit these points and all, and what you do is you just do one thing. That's so Woody's gonna, whenever I look at this game, you know, I play this game and I think about the fact that, you know, do one thing. If I can do one thing, then I can do the next thing. And you know, Woody's out here. He's on the verge of death, and we're not going to worry about that right now because we don't have a full moon coming up. We don't have dog attacks for another 10 to 12 days. We can avoid spiders. Maybe even just find some resources. You know, just laying around that will help us out. You see, it's going to be a little touchy, but here we go. We decided to I wasn't sure if this would work or not, so but turns out pigs and spiders are mortal enemies, so I'm going to try and herd the pigs into the spiders, and I will either get spider webs or, you know, I'm going to herd this guy towards the spiders. There we go. And once the spiders come out. Now, I am definitely trying to, hey, there we go. There's Chester Molester. So that's what I was looking for right there, was the gland, a healing gland, and I'm gonna give that to Chester. That healing gland mixed with the ashes that I pulled out earlier, that big stack of ashes that I have, those are gonna save my life. that's gonna be the solution to my current problems. Um, and so as soon as I get back to camp, I'll be able to science machine some healing and get myself back to normal. You see, well, I was saying everything. Things are gonna work out. Things, if you just stay at it, things will work out pretty well. And then of course, well, here's the mother load. we hit the berry mother load. We're going to skip a lot of it. We're going to get what we need and nothing more. So we're going to leave that whole other patch up there and all those carrots because we don't need them. And now it's time to get out of here. I'm not gonna make it home before nightfall. What I can do is just try and get some of my sanity back, get myself in a survivable position. Yeah, basically just gonna run as long as the nighttime will let me run towards my camp. And I am so close that it almost seems worth it. Right now, I'm contemplating whether it's worth it just to run it under candlelight or not, because it's just right there. And here we go. We're ready, and boom. So, little torchlight run, and there we go. We made it back to camp. We can start working our way towards. We work our way towards getting healed up and get our next food plots down and get things just back to abnormal, however that may be. I didn't have the sanity there to while I was running around those the graves that were in the last area that we were in. I did pause momentarily and consider the graves, and but my sanity's so low, and every time you dig one, it's a major hit. I just didn't want to. And here's another bad mistake that I make, and of course I'm gonna hold off. I forgot that a durian is a monster meat, so I ended up putting 2 monster meats in, and came out with monster lasagna, and that's the world's worst food. So, I like finding Chester, and Chester comes in handy sometimes whenever you're doing massive exploring and all. And if I was going on some sort of big quest to collect a bunch of resources, that were going to span several days, then I'd keep Chester with me. But Chester can sometimes get a little bit annoying trying to keep up, and of course, monsters attack him, and if he takes too many hits, he'll end up dying. Unless I really need to bring Chester with me, I tend to leave him back at the camp. Nobody's going to steal Chester. I don't have to worry about him running off. He makes a good free chest. So, that's just more storage at camp. And, if I need to, like I said, if it comes down to deciding to go on a big resource hunt, then I can always dump his inventory and grab the eye, and he and I can head out. Otherwise, I just leave him as the camp guard. He gets to watch over everything at the camp and run off all the beasties and monsters that would come around and try and steal all my precious loot. Yeah. there's that. So, yeah, I always liked finding Chester, and I used to, in the early parts of the game, whenever I was playing it fairly regular, I would run around with Chester all the time, and then you get so far away, and you have to. And I know he always comes to the eye, but it just always seems like he lets himself get so far behind. He runs at NPC speed, which is always slower than the player, and so he tends to be a little bit of a hindrance from time to time. Well, I appreciate you sticking with me. Like, subscribe, tune in for the next one, and me and Woody will be back soon. Thank you for watching.